Hi, beloved. I've got a moonology reading for you. What does Spirit need you to know today? I've got a moonology manifestation reading for you. I hope that you have used the power of this recent full moon to do whatever feels right for you. You know, whether you want to release some energies from your energy field, you know, release places, spaces, situations. If you want to call things in, you know, we don't know, you know, we can do it anytime. You know, we don't have to wait until a full moon or a new moon. You know, it's very good. Obviously, the energy is a lot more ramped up and a lot more powerful at these times. But I hope that you're using the energies to help you. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting, because as I took these cards out of the box, this card was at the bottom of the deck, and I looked at it and I was just like, okay, so new moon in Leo. New moon in Leo, and it's saying shine. So basically Spirit is saying you got to shine up. You are shining up right now, or you are undergoing you're either stepping into a space in your life where you're shining up, you're glowing up, and Spirit's saying you're glowing up, and your energy at the minute is so vibrant. Do you see those sunflowers that we've got here? You see how vibrant those sunflowers are? I love sunflowers. There's just something real energetically alluring about sunflowers, and it's just basically saying it's like new moon in Leo. So you are stepping into a glow up at the minute. You are shining real bright. You know, you're really shining bright, and it's then the Leo energy behind that, which is courageous, which is confidence, which is strength, which is tenderness, okay, and understanding and just boldness. So your glow up right now is bringing in all of that really good Leo energy. And as I was shuffling, I was saying we need to, you know, the full moon is used to release. And sorry, as I go back, this is actually new moon energy. So, you know, 11:55, as I say this, you're stepping into this space whereby you are the manifestation that you called upon, that your higher self showed you a visualization of many years ago, that you almost didn't believe. You were just like, nah, no way. But in actual fact, yes way, you are the manifestation of your higher self that showed you this years ago. But you didn't believe it back then, but you believe it now, because every time you look in the mirror, you see someone completely different. And it's not that you are changing to the point where you don't even know who you are. You are integrating every single change, which just builds up on the last change, the last time that you went through metamorphosis. And that's why you're glowing up. And this card's saying release control. And this is the first quarter moon in Taurus. So Spirit is urging you to kind of like release the control of both the physical and the spirit realm. Control what you can control within both of these realms, but ultimately know that the Most High has penultimate control over everything. Yeah, everything, everyone. This story, this timeline that we're in has already been written. Not by you, but by the Most High. The Most High already knows every single outcome. If I go left, this is what's going to happen. If I go right, that's going to happen. If I decide to stay here, this is what's going to happen. So release the control of trying to control what's going to happen to you. What's happening with your manifestations, because you are your living manifestation right now. But then we've got the new moon in Gemini, and Spirit's saying think it through. So whatever you are wanting to start anew in, think it through. You know, Geminis are logical thinkers, hey? They don't go past the 300, you know, let's say it's a Monopoly game. You know, they've got the okay to start, but they do not go any further until they have logically mapped out every single freaking scenario. Some people might get irritated with that. Some people will revel in the fact that they actually logically map out everything. But then there's a downside in that. You can only map to a certain point. Because once you start to overthink, you almost overthink yourself into stagnation. Because you have mapped out every single, and it's normally negative, event. But there's always a positive to that. To every thought, there's always a positive event to it. So try and think it through, but think it through using your positive energy instead of like, oh, I don't want to do this because I'm... Do you know what I mean? Because you don't want to put yourself into sort of like a mental coma of stagnation, basically. But and then we've got another full moon out here. So we've got 2 new moons and we've got 2 full moons. So we've got another full moon in Capricorn, we've got a full moon in Scorpio, and then we've got a first quarter moon. So if we look at it on the moon phases, the new moon phases are saying, keep shining, you're glowing up right now, but also think through, it's almost like think through the steps that you want to take right now. Think through it logically, but every time you come up with a negative, you need to attach that to a positive, because I'm pretty sure in time you will note that the positive will outweigh the negative, or the actual process of the thoughts won't feel so heavy because you've just attached all of this negativity to it. And then in the first quarter moon, we've got that in Taurus, which is, you know, it's bull energy. It's very ambitious. It's very, you know, business orientated. It's very compassionate. So, you know, you've got the energy to release it there. Spirit is encouraging you to release it, to release that energy and release the overthinking, but think it through, but just release all of the shackles and the, it's almost like the energies that would, keep you bound almost. And then we've got full moon in Capricorn, and we've got a full moon in Scorpio. And it's the Capricorn is take a reality check, and the Scorpio is breathe through the tension. So Spirit is saying, yeah, you're glowing up, you're shining up. Yes, think about your next steps, but you've also got to continue to release and expand into this manifestation that's coming towards you. Because actually, in reality, this is actually the best thing for you. So you might be thinking that you don't want to expand into this new manifestation, but Spirit is urging you to release through it. You know, breathe through it. Breathe through this. You know, it's all about new beginnings, a sense of adventure. Do you know what I mean? Not using your sting and your bite to prohibit you from receiving, you know? And the final card that popped out was in first quarter moon. Oh, we've got another first quarter moon, and this one's in Aquarius. So this is saying trust the universe. Absolutely. Trust in the universe. That's what I said. Trust in the divine. Because you can only control as much as you can control. The rest we have to surrender. The rest we have to expand into. The rest we have to release into Spirit. And know that actually Spirit will always place you onto timelines that serve your highest good. Even if you have to fight away a few demons, whether that be internal demons or external demons that people are sending to you to try and disrupt your ashe, try and disrupt your flow on a daily basis. You have to fight them, but also allow Spirit to guide you in the right places and to put you into the spaces that are worthy of your energy and worthy of your time. You know, absolutely. Use the free flowing air energy so that you can flow freely through into this next timeline. You know, don't overthink it. Yes, do think about it. Think about what you want from this new timeline, but don't overthink it. But continue to shine and continue releasing. continue releasing and breathe through it, beloved.